just love David because I think that we obviously get to know so many people and a lot of them really suck, and that's just like the truth. Like a lot of people who are in this space like get up to the top and they're just like, you know, they're not fun to be around, or they're really fucking rude, or they have super deep dark secrets that are fucking disgusting. And like David is a good person. He deserves what he has, and he's funny as fucking kills it. So it's like it's something I'll always respect, you know what I mean? And it's like that whole style. Like I've never seen something so before my eyes. Like someone paved such a different way of vlogging, and it happened like over fucking night from like 1 to like vlog 420. Like, and for all these people to have like, you know, every single time I see Corinna tweet, like I'm gaming on Facebook right now, I'm sitting there thinking like this bitch is a fucking multi-millionaire. like because like, you know, like not because of David, like don't get me wrong, she's a star in her own right, like now and everything, but I just mean for someone to bring up that many people and do so much. I worship.
It's cool. No, I agree with you.
I gotta look around, read the room.
Like, no, Heath
look
and
at
I,
the
like,
set, bitch.
100%.
When we released this coffee, like Heath and I looked at it, we were like, fuck, dude, like David helped us get here. Like if it wasn't for David, like making these vlogs and like making us a part of his like life and his story, like this wouldn't happen
but
for
that's
us.
also
So
why
it's
like y'all are still here, because you're grateful as fuck and you've always shown that, and you know what I mean? I don't know, like it's just very obvious that you guys are like really good people, and it's like it's dope. It worked out for David too, obviously having all of you guys like around, but it's cool to see how long lasting it is, and just like I don't know, I stand the most.
Yeah,
so I think out of all influencers, David and like all of y'all are like the most humble, the most real. Like people fucking suck, y'all know.
Yeah.
So I really respect.
Thank you,
Bloodspot stand
Tana.
forever.
Woo! All right.
David's like sending me a cease and desist. I'm sitting here like I worship him so much.
just fucking lawsuit.
And desist.
All the positives you said, he just out the door. Just one little thing you said, just fucking.
He's like, leave me the fuck alone.
But you're still trying to copy my fucking style.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, 100%.
But like, I mean, in a lot of senses though, I feel like you're also like, you're me sucking Tana's ass for an hour.
He's like, you're bootleg as fuck.
No, like you are sort of honestly like a pioneer in your own right, I feel too.
I agree.
This whole couch is chill as hell. Like,
I like this couch.
But real.
Tell everyone that.
For real. Like, I mean, like I watched your last few podcasts that you've done, and I've done research on you, and
I like literally can't handle it. There's
like,
something in my brain. Sorry, I'm okay.
You've talked about how originally you kind of, when you first came to YouTube, you had this true like don't give a fuck mentality. Like I have nothing to lose. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Oh yeah, nothing
and that's
to lose.
what kind of like launched your appeal, and then you've kind of hawking the loogie. And then like you obviously have like leaned into that over the years, but like shit got, you know, like got like messy, and you kind of, you know, it was like a runaway train. But now I think you've kind of
still going, babe. It's like a train wreck.
Train's still going. But you've like adapted that mentality, I feel like, again, a second time almost again, like right now.
Yo,
like really not giving a fuck, truly.
I really do fuck with you for that, because that's kind of how I feel. I'm in like a rebirth moment. You know what I mean? Like you said, like in the beginning of my career, I truly had nothing to lose. Like I came from Vegas. I hated my family. I hated my life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. The only thing that I ever like idealized being dope or like as a job or like something that could be a future was like, you know, taking away other people's pain. I'm sure you guys can relate. Like the way it feels to make someone else laugh.
I don't hate my family, but like everything else.
But like, yeah.
Fair. You have a whole ass working family, clouded everything. Like I'm jealous. I don't have a single family member. If anyone wants to adopt me, like me. Yeah. And then I kind of got caught up in it all. And obviously, like in the beginning, when you have nothing to lose, you start to eventually gain all of these things to lose, and you're taught to like protect it all and become so filtered, and like just so many of the things, as you guys know, this industry like fucking conditions you to be like. And I definitely got caught up in it. And I remember catching myself and being like, this is fake. Old Tana would not approve of this. What the fuck are you doing? Like it wasn't cute. And I wasn't able to be my full self, because I hated a lot of this shit I was doing. So I was getting super fucked up off camera. Like filming reality TV, or at least that phase of that, was not it for me. So
the MTV stuff.
Do you feel like in the beginning that was your true self, then you kind of had to like dial it back, but now you're like,
I think I just am over the top, like just innately as a person. Like I just have terrible luck. Like I'm obnoxious as fuck. Like I don't think any of that's fake. or anything like that. It's just more so, like I said, I got to this point where I built all this stuff that I felt like I was going to lose, and all these people were making me feel like I had to be a certain way, and then I hated that, so I was just, every second off camera was getting fucked up and stuff like that, and then I kind of woke up and I was like, I'm losing myself, and the relatability of it all. People fucking follow you for you to be relatable and hear about your life and whatever, and so I kind of had to like go from the ground up and like cut off all the shit I felt like was fake, and obviously there's still the weird moments where it's like Jake is sending me 2 jets, and I know my life isn't the way it was when I grew up with cockroaches and shit like that.
Right.
You know, like it's different. But at the same time,
Like you snap back to reality. Like you know, you understand.
I understand
like,
it's all
not,
weird as shit.
Yeah,
I feel like you
like,
of all
we're in a
people
bubble.
though you are so exactly who you are on camera and off camera.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of
Oh
people
my
will
God.
like
And that's
come
what I
to-
like about you.
will like come to me or
God,
Zane
Zane's
or
first compliment to me literally ever. Oh my God, did you see my face? That I put
I'm
it
gonna
back?
play it like 8 times.
That's what you like?
Zane, no, say her name
I was
right.
trying to sneak that in. I wanted him to finish what he was saying.
He's like, that's what I like about you.
right.
Continue, I'm sorry.
no, but I was saying like I feel like a lot of people like will come up to me and just be like, you're a lot more quiet and chill than I thought you would be based on like what I've seen, because
Fair.
like the
You're,
internet
like,
is very
flame-throwing,
over the
like,
top, like
vodka
just being
out of like a Ferrari.
crazy. And like in David's vlogs, it's a highlight reel.
Yeah, 100%.
But like you put everything out there, so you are exactly who you are, and I think that's really cool.
Well, there's honestly a point in time where I feel like I was like faking that. You know what I mean? Like MTV wanted that image of me, and I was coming on being like, I'm so real. I don't give a fuck. I just fuck Tyga. But like none of it was real. Like it just was boring, and like it was like a forced. You know what I mean? Like I've definitely been in a position where people wanted me to be this like real ass bitch and like fit this role, and it's
Right.
like I almost had to like get back to like, what are you doing? Like you started all this by just not giving a fuck, and that's why like things like this now I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Let's just do it. Like. But it took a second for sure, I guess, to get there.
I mean, I feel like when you like, it's weird because I see a lot of parallels. Being able to, obviously, from my perspective, like looking at your career in like a snapshot, it's like it seemed like you kind of went to YouTube to get away from the craziness of like whatever your life was at that point, like which was a while back. It was like 7 years ago. You've been making YouTube videos, so it's like. But I feel like right now you're also at a point where you realize that the LA life also needs to be escaped from a little bit.
100%. And I kind of, that's so, am I like getting woke on this podcast? Is this like therapeutic for me? That was like, that's so true though. Cause it's like, I almost thought that was something I could run to.
Right.
You know what I mean? From the toxicity of where I was from and my family. And then it was like, I got so engulfed in this. And obviously you guys realize some people aren't good and shit just, it's not always great. And then I kind of had to like almost come from the ground up. So like you were saying, it's not necessarily that like back then I was the realest that I'd ever been. I had a lot of flaws then. You know what I mean? Like my parents never like instilled anything that parents instill in you, like structure, responsibility, or schedule. I dropped out of high school at 15 because I couldn't even like go to school on time. Like so many of the mistakes I feel like I made in the beginning of my career were from lack of so many things like I needed, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like now I'm finally like hiring life coaches and learning that and like getting therapy and fix. So if anything,
There was no
mixture,
obedience growing up.
no, I was rebelling against my parents like my entire life for sure. Because I don't really ever remember getting along with my family. Maybe I was like at like it's like 7 or 8 we got along type. But like after that we definitely, it was just like very chaotic, very rebellious, very like butting of heads. I moved
Is that
out
because
at 15.
they're very rebellious in the same way you are, or?
I don't know how to put it. I do. It's just dark, and I get in trouble talking about it. It's very weird. My family was just very like abusive and just not dope.
not chill.
That's bad. That's a bad sentence. But like, you know, they just, the way they raised me wasn't it. They just neglected me in like a lot of ways. I definitely didn't get like proper healthcare, proper food, proper schooling, proper love, proper nurturing, proper
But it's cool to see you like
I
to
feel like,
rise from that.
Yeah,
and
push through that.
well, I wanted to help like kids who like, you know what I mean? Like maybe they didn't have the best home life, or like people weren't, because that's the reality of it all. You know, we're not always all raised by like perfect families, and sometimes we just have to, you know, pick shit up and raise ourselves and whatever the fuck. And like I definitely had to do that, like raise myself from 15 to 22 now. So
Yeah,
if I can
that's
help people
amazing.
like with anything, it's like you can do it. Like don't kill yourself, you know, as dark as it is, it's the truth.
I think that's where like a lot of your independence comes from, honestly, because I think obviously your situation is not ideal, you know, with your with your parents and stuff like that. I totally understand that. So don't get me wrong, but like in a way, it almost, I feel like, helped you gain your independence, because your family from the get-go was like, oh, we're not here to help you. So you never thought that they were there to like lift you up or help you or nurture you or anything like that. So you're like, oh, I'm going to have to do this fully for myself.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
100%. 110%. There was never that like, you know, everything that a family like instills. There was never like that reliability. Today, literally, like someone was like, I was paying my rent, right? And it was like a couple hours late. And I was freaking out to my life coach. He was like, the reason that you have this worry and stress is because you never had like a home that was like reliable. Like, and it's always going to affect you in those ways. You know what I mean? Like, you're always going to have to kind of pick up for things like that. But I've always just been real about it. And like, again, everything I feel like I am is because I was making up for what they like weren't, you know what I mean? Like they were so shitty and they were abusive and they were, you know, they treated me bad. And I was like, I don't want to be that. I want to treat people well. I want to like.
Damn.
So you do that.
Yeah.
I can't even
like,
imagine having a setback like that. I like knowing that I have my parents there and my family there to always like call or like literally for anything, be able to reach out and just like get their opinion, just talk to them about anything. That's a lot to have. That's a lot to like.
I think it's like something that everyone should be so grateful for because it's like when you don't have that, it's like you feel it 100%. Like holidays, all that shit. I definitely always because I like to be real. My family is like definitely very dead to me. Like so, like I'll probably never talk to them again. Like it's just more not cool. That's how it is. So Amari, my best friend, his family kind of took me in, and they're kind of like my mom and dad, and like I go to their house for the holidays and stuff. But even that like shows me the importance of like what it takes for them as a family of 3 kids to bring in like a 4th kid. And like, put a stocking up for me every year and a plate out for me and like care. Like it's just it really does show me like, you know what I mean? Like it's a blessing. It's not something you just get. So that is why like too on holidays and all that shit, I'm online. Like if you don't feel love today, like I love you. Like I think I am just kind of like the island for misfits.
But that's cool that you were able to take your situation and turn it into something so inspiring that you did. And I think that's really powerful.
This is the deepest we've ever gotten. Thank you.
No, that's actually really cool. Like a lot of
like
people
black out and talk shit, and we're so woke.
I know. This was supposed to be a podcast where we're just getting fucked
it's
up.
so
But that's
interesting,
what I do, like cry and then talk about sucking dick. It's like this weird thing. I don't get it.
You get it all here.